All right, ladies and gentlemen, the day has come. We're finally cooking an alligator. So we got this alligator off of the internet from the Louisiana Crawfish Company. Okay, they had a lot of different options. So this bad boy is about 40 pounds, okay? He has been thawed out in the refrigerator for about 48 hours. The first thing that we need to do to this bad boy is we're gonna brine it, okay? We're gonna be using our recteq turkey brine. You guys can use any brine that you like, but I really like this turkey brine. It's got a mojo flavor to it, so it's got a citrusy flavor to it. We're gonna add some onions, peppers, lemons, limes, and oranges to that brine as well. All right, so we'll go through the anatomy of this alligator. The majority of the meat we're gonna get is gonna be from the tail section here. From here to here is gonna be the majority of the meat. The tail end is just gonna dry up. There's really no meat to it, but because of the display, we're gonna keep it attached. You guys got the back legs. You notice the alligator's got 4 toes on the back and 5 toes on the front. There is definitely gonna be some meat, some dark meat that you could take advantage of. Near the abdomen, you're really not gonna get much meat. And again, this alligator has been gutted and skinned. Again, more dark meat near the legs. There's gonna be a little bit of meat up here near the neck again. So that's, again, the majority of your meat is gonna come from that tail section. But a lot of folks don't realize my favorite part is gonna be that jowl section right here. You guys can see, look at that, absolutely scrumptious. So that'll be the chef's bite when I get done cooking this bad boy for everybody. I've got about 1.5 gallons of water here. We're gonna mix it with our turkey brine. Again, you guys can use any brine that you like. I really just love the flavor of this mojo turkey brine. Just dump it in there. We'll mix up. If you wanted to, you could heat this up and fully incorporate everything. But I'm not gonna heat it up. Super salty mixture. It's gonna pull that regular moisture out and push this salty moisture into that alligator. Add a couple of onions. You don't have to take the outside off of them. Gonna add a couple of limes. Go ahead and juice them. A couple of lemons. A couple of oranges. I like to put in a couple of jalapenos in there. Some folks like to put in red pepper flakes. I just like to throw in the jalapenos. All right, we got this nice clean cooler. We're gonna brine the gator in. And that brine looks absolutely amazing. So you can let it brine for, you can let it brine for up to 36 hours if you wanted to, Josh. For this one, we're probably only gonna go 12 hours, but 24 hours is definitely the perfect number to go. All right, folks, so our alligator has been brining for 24 hours in the walk-in cooler. I've pulled the cooler out. We are gonna take it out of the brine. Remember what the brine did. The brine created an environment for osmosis to happen, right? We had super salty liquid. We had an alligator that's not super salty once we put it in there. After a 24-hour period, the saltiness drew itself into the alligator, and then the unsalty moisture drew itself out of the alligator, therefore seasoning it to perfection. Can't wait to taste it. Slicker, ooh yeah, oh yeah. Look at that bad boy right there. Oh, God, watch out, Josh, that thing will get you. Oh, that thing will get you. Now, if you wanted to, you could definitely pack this crevice with some aromatics. But again, there's not much meat in these rib bones. Now, if this was like an extra large alligator, you know, over 100-pound alligator, yes, I'd be stuffing the rib cage with some aromatics and enjoying those delicious rib bones, but there's really not enough meat on this alligator to do that, okay? But you can if you wanted to, right? So we just need to dab it dry, get any of that excess ice off of there. Now, in my time of smoking alligators and cooking alligators, these size usually take between 3.5 and 4 hours to get to 165 degrees. And where I really check that temperature is gonna be right in here. This is gonna be the thickest part of the tail. I'll come right in here at an angle with my instant read thermometer, and I'll take my temperature from this area, the thickest part of that tail. All right, let's get this alligator's jaw open. Again, the longer we waited to kind of let it thaw out, the easier that jaw wants to open for us. So we'll place this little guy right in there, and that'll keep that jaw open for us. The next thing that we're gonna do, okay, is we are going to prepare the tail section for stuffing that delicious boudin in there, okay? So what we're gonna do is, first things first, we're gonna try to find, there's like a bone, the spine. You're gonna try to find the spine of the alligator, okay? We're gonna cut deep cuts on either side of that bad boy, okay? You're gonna go all the way until you can't go no more, right? Another deep cut on the other side. Try to stay, again, as close to that bone as possible, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and you're gonna locate this deep pocket of fat right here, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove that, right? That is not gonna render out. That is just gonna give us issues, okay? Any and all of this fat I'm gonna get and I'm gonna take out, okay? And the reason for that is this is not gonna render out. This is where you get that swampy gaminess from, is gonna be this fat, okay? So we're gonna try to take as much of this stuff off as possible. This is not the good fat that all the barbecue guys talk about and everybody talks about on the internet. This is not the good fat for us, okay? And we were mindful that, hey, we're looking for the tenderloin down here, okay? Let's see, getting down in there. Go ahead and take out as much as you can. Now, there's gonna be some that you can't get. That's okay, everybody. That's all right, don't worry about it. Okay, get your hands. Yeah, trying to loosen that loin and actually separate it. Oh yeah, baby. And there's one of those tenderloins. Okay. Again, if you want to, you can get in there. That fat that's up underneath it, just make sure you don't punch through it. Try to remove some of that stuff, okay? All right, we got some delicious boudin sausage all the way from Louisiana. This stuff is in a very thin casing. So all we need to do is score that casing, separate it, and pull that casing right on off of there and leave this stuff in the bowl. Got that recteq aluminum pan because my bowl is not big enough. And we're gonna break all of our boudin up, okay? We're gonna toss in as much as you want cheese. I'm gonna do a large handful, okay? 2 8-ounce blocks of softened cream cheese. Make sure it's softened. And then we'll mix all of this up. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Now, some folks, I like to do a trinity, throw like an extra batch of Trinity in here. That would be great. Like a mirepoix as well, just to give it a little bit more texture. So today we've got that Ray's Cajun seasoning. Okay, and that Jody's Asian Persuasion, baby. And again, this is a great stuffing for anything, ladies and gentlemen. This boudin stuffing, you can throw in your turkey, you can throw in your ducks, heck, you can just throw it in your pie hole. Service announcement, all right? You ain't gonna have one dry hand or clean hand and one wet hand, dirty hand. That ain't this situation, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna have to get down and dirty with this bad boy if you want to appreciate it, right? So we're gonna take some of that Ray's Cajun, right? And we're gonna go and get on down in there, inside that crevice, okay? We're gonna pick up that tenderloin and we're gonna season the back side of it and down in there, right? Again, the other side. Season to perfection. Lift up the tenderloin, season the backside, right? Put it back down. Now take the time to go ahead and let's season the tail. So we're gonna take handfuls. Again, you don't want any like open pockets, so make sure you stuff it down in there tight. It smells good already. All right, that's one side. We got a little bit left. Man, we'll go ahead and stuff it down in here. Look at this. We're gonna get this. Oh yeah, this is good Cajun seasoning right here, boy. So we brined our alligator for 24 hours, okay? We pulled this bad boy out, we dried him off, all right? We isolated our tail meat. We removed a lot of the fat out of this bad boy. We stuffed it full of our delicious boudin stuffing. Oh yeah, I could just eat that stuff by itself. Okay, we've seasoned it to perfection using the Ray's Club Cajun and the Jody's Asian Persuasion. I've got the Flagship XL sitting right behind me, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is only gonna be like a 4-hour cook, right, ladies and gentlemen? We're at 275 degrees. We're getting ready to put this bad boy on. Now, I like to use the oak blend pellet, okay? It goes great with all wild game. We're looking for an internal temperature of 165 degrees, okay? And I really like to check it right in this area right here with my instant read thermometer. That's the thickest part of the tail, okay? We wanna protect our head, because again, that'll be like our presentation, right? Cover them up like that. I'll put this ball of aluminum foil right here. What that's gonna do is it's gonna push it away from that air gap, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been about 3.5 hours that this beautiful alligator has been smoking. I checked it with an instant read thermometer. We're at 160, she's almost ready. Now she's time for some delicious sauce. So I've got that Harry's secret sweet sauce. A lot of folks are like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that sweet sauce? Because it's delicious. And Harry's my favorite. Now, you don't want to baste with cold sauce, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the grill. We're gonna let it warm up. All right, I got my mop. Our sauce is nice and warm now. So is that pot. So now it's gonna be time to baste, to mop, to sauce up this alligator, guarantee. Y'all don't know about that, I guarantee. That's that Justin Wilson. That's where I learned how to cook. Justin Wilson and Martin Yan, both were on the Georgia Public Broadcasting. And that's how I learned how to cook. I guarantee, and Yan can cook. If Yan can cook, so can you. That was a bad impression of him. Sorry, Mr. Martin Yan. All right, got these toasted buns. You gotta have your buns toasted if you're gonna make a alligator po' boy, right, ladies and gentlemen? I prefer the top cut buns. Okay. What we'll do is we'll dig on in here and we'll grab some of that tail meat. Okay. Separate it from some of that fat. Got that tenderloin, everybody. That's the piece of meat that you want right there, okay? Grab this bad boy. I like to just chop it all up. And of course, a little bit of that dressing. A little bit of that barbecue sauce. It's like a chop sandwich, right? We'll hit it with a little bit more of that Cajun, baby. Mix that stuff together. A little Alligator Po Boys. I like a little bit of coleslaw with them too. You can put a little crunch in there, so like, or some pickled onions. Go really good with it. There you go, baby. Alligator Po Boys. Smoked on the recteq. So that wasn't hard, was it? We smoked this alligator at 275 degrees with its tail deliciously stuffed with some boudin stuffing. You couldn't get a better meal for game day. You couldn't get a better meal for Mardi Gras. You couldn't get a better meal seasoned up with those recteq seasonings and that Harry's secret sweet sauce. This thing tastes absolutely amazing. I can't wait to dish out more of these alligator po' boys. We're also gonna make some alligator tacos. Again, we kept this recipe very basic for you. It's available at recteq.com, recteq.com. My name's Jody Flanagan, the Barbecue Dad. You can find me on all social media at BBQDADJODY, and I'm always here on the recteq deck here in beautiful Evans, Georgia. Make sure you're following recteq on all social media, and make sure that you're following and subscribe to the YouTube channel.